Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Ashraf's Beauty, and I hope that everyone is doing good. And in today's video I will be reviewing about the famous sunscreen from the Ordinary, which is a mineral sunscreen, and I will tell you about how you can protect your skin from the harmful UV rays by applying it correctly, and why people are so crazy about using sunscreen every time of the day. And we will talk about a lot of other stuff, but like always, before we start, kindly hit the like and subscribe button to my channel so that you can watch all my future videos easily. So let's get started without further ado. The Ordinary sunscreen is a mineral sunscreen, but what exactly is a mineral sunscreen? Mineral sunscreen is another name for physical sunscreen, where the two active ingredients in it are zinc oxide and titanium dioxide that basically protects our skin from the UV rays by refracting and reflecting it. The sunscreen comes in a standard size packaging with an average tube, nothing fancy, very simple. And because it has got an SPF of 15, so it blocks around 93% of the UV rays. And the thing that I like most about it is the fact that in most of the physical sunscreens, they use nanoparticles of titanium dioxide and zinc oxide that actually penetrate our skin and cause disturbance in the endocrine function. So the particles used in it of zinc oxide and titanium dioxide sits on top of our skin, and because it's hypoallergenic, free from parabens, free from fragrance, so it's an ideal choice for people with sensitive skin who get irritated by fragrances in the sunscreen. So yeah, it's really great for sensitive skin people. Okay, so now let's look at the texture of the sunscreen. Here it is. Okay. It's a very tinted sunscreen. It does not actually leave. I have applied a, so it's a very tinted sunscreen, and unfortunately I used a lot of quantity again. I don't know how it happens every time. And it does not leave a white cast despite being a physical sunscreen, and it's tinted as if I've applied a BB cream or a light foundation on the hand when I have not. So it's a great thing about it, and it's very lightweight and it's really moisturizing and quite non-greasy, so it's an ideal choice for girls with oily and pimple prone skin like me. So yeah, girls who have pimple prone skin, you can definitely safely buy it, and you will not regret it, I'm sure. So how to apply it correctly? The Ordinary actually recommends using this sunscreen 15 to 20 minutes before exposure to sunlight, and in a thin layer. And it's important that if you are playing any water sport, if you are sweating excessively, or if you are in intense sunlight during continued exposure, you should reapply it immediately, because this sunblock is not water resistant. So yeah, these are the things that you have to keep in mind while using this sunblock. And it's important that you should wear it before applying any makeup on a clean face, so that you can protect your skin against the harmful UV rays and get maximum protection. I'm also wearing it under my makeup, and I do not sweat that much, so do not get worried about it. So yeah, that's a tip that I would like to give it to you. So the question is that, is the Ordinary Sunscreen SPF 15 an ideal sunscreen? SPF means sun protection factor, and ideally the higher the SPF, the better it is, because it's gonna protect your skin against the harmful UV rays. But usually in mineral sunscreens, they do not go as high as SPF 100, and I think the maximum limit in mineral sunscreen is around SPF 50. But then obviously we have to choose between chemical sunscreens and mineral sunscreen. Then mineral sunscreens are better because they are more safe. So, but if we look at the protection level of SPF 15 to SPF 100, then you'd be surprised to know that the gap is really close. SPF 15 offers 93% of protection, SPF 50 offers around 97 to 98% of protection, and SPF 100 obviously offers 100% of protection against the UV rays. But the difference, smaller difference, can become a big thing if you are exposed to sunlight, intense sunlight, and playing water sport, and if you're sweating too much. So in my opinion, SPF 15 is better suited for everyday use if you are staying indoors, like right now I am, where I am getting a sunlight in the room, but it's not that much and it's not directly coming to my face. And obviously in the work environment where you have to where you're not exposed to sunlight that much, but obviously you're going from home to work, so in that case SPF 15 is really great. Because it offers 93% of the protection, and the chemicals used in it are not that harsh. So the recommendation again is that if you are in intense sunlight, playing water sport, and sweating too much, don't go for SPF 15 because it's an everyday sunscreen and it can double up as a moisturizer. That's it. So I think that in any sunscreen review video or sunscreen video, it's really important to emphasize on the risk of not using sunscreen properly or not using sunscreen at all, which includes sunburn, skin damage, and skin cancer. Sunburn actually happens when in the sun our skin becomes really red and swollen. Usually fair skin and white people go through that, and when it repeatedly happens, then it can lead to skin cancer. Skin damage happens in the form of wrinkles, premature aging, sunspots, skin spots, pigmentation, and acne, and pimples. So the damage that's done by sun is really worse. So sun protection is a must-have in any skincare routine, which includes wearing sunscreen, wearing hats, and shading your face from the sun during continued exposure, so that you do not get your skin do not get damaged. And the Ordinary Sunscreen SPF 15 is an affordable and effective way to protect yourself and protect your skin from the harmful UV rays. It's an ideal choice for people with sensitive skin, with acne-prone skin, who do not spend long hours in the sun, do not play any water sport, to go ahead and purchase it. So this brings us to the end of our video, and if you want to know more, go to my website aishwarbox.com to look at the pictures and review of this sunscreen from the Ordinary SPF 15. And until next time, take care of yourself and ciao.